Hi everyone, I'm Sergi from Sergi Studio. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I sublimate a 20-ounce skinny tumbler from start to finish using my sublimation heat press. Let me walk you through the whole process, so let's get started. So this is everything I'll be needing. I need a 20-ounce skinny tumbler, as you can see, a paper trimmer for cutting the sublimation paper, a tape for measuring my tumbler. I usually use this tape, or I can use this one which goes nicely around the tumbler. Then I also need heat resistant gloves and heat resistant tape, some alcohol and some cotton for cleaning the tumbler, a sublimation printer for printing my sublimation design. Then I also need a heat press for sublimating the tumbler. So first we're going to take off the lid from the tumbler, put it aside, use the measuring tape to measure the tumbler. Once we get the measurement for the circumference, we're going to go ahead and get the measurement for the height of the tumbler. Next, I'm going to get into Canva, and I'm going to put in the measurements we got from the tumbler. We're going to change the units to inches, and the width we got was 9.3 and the height was 8.25. We're going to click Create a Design. So I'm using a design from Creative Fabrica. They have a huge variety of sublimation-friendly graphics that work beautifully on tumblers. When choosing a design, I like to think about how it will wrap around the tumbler. So I'm just going to upload the design I got from Creative Fabrica, and I bring it into Canva to adjust it to the correct size for my 20-ounce tumbler. Sizing is very important during sublimation because if your design is too small, you might end up with gaps, and if it's too large, you might end up with edges that overlap and cause ghosting or uneven transfer. So while this is done adjusting, I'm going to go ahead and download it, and I'm going to set it as PDF print and then click download. PDF print helps maintain the image resolution and ensures the design prints as sharp and vibrant as possible. So once that's done, I'm going to head over to my desktop and check if that was downloaded nicely. So after exporting, I open the file in GIMP to make any final adjustments before printing. This step is helpful if you need to fine-tune colors, adjust alignment, or make small corrections so everything prints exactly the way you want it. Now it's time to print the design. Using the correct sublimation settings and paper is extremely important because this is what allows the ink to properly transfer into the coating of the tumbler during the heat pressing or the process. So we're going to let it print out. And here we have our design. So notice how the design is a little darker than the original design. That's what sublimation does. Now I'm just going to go ahead and clean my tumbler with alcohol and then let it sit for a while. Then I'm going to trim the excess edges of the sublimation design with a paper trimmer. Now I'm going to carefully wrap the design around the tumbler and secure it with heat resistant tape. This is my heat resistant tape. So I'm going to secure it nicely. This process obviously takes a lot of tape, so you want to make sure you have enough tape in store. So the key here is making sure that the paper is wrapped tight and evenly around the tumbler, so that it helps prevent ghosting and ensures that the design transfers smoothly during sublimation. So yeah, you gotta use a lot of tape and secure the paper nicely around the tumbler. So the whole process of sublimating a tumbler, or just sublimation, requires a lot of patience. But the good thing is the end is always very satisfying. And if you love what you do, then you just love it. So next I'm gonna use a parchment paper or a butter paper around the tumbler, and then I'm gonna tape it down. This extra layer protects the heat press from, stray ink, and also helps keep everything clean during the sublimation process. But this is very optional. I sometimes use parchment paper and sometimes I don't, but the result is always the same. Or I just don't notice the difference. Yeah. So now I'm gonna turn on my sublimation heat press and allow it to reach the correct temperature. So preheating is very important because the tumbler needs consistent heat to properly activate the sublimation ink. So once I'm done preheating, and once I've reached the correct temperature, I'm gonna put in the tumbler, then I'm gonna press it down. The tumbler presses for about 3 minutes, and then during that time I rotate every 30 seconds to ensure that the heat is distributed evenly across the entire surface. So I'm gonna rotate it, press it down again, and let it go down for 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, I'm just gonna keep repeating the whole process. So I might just speed this up till it gets to 3 minutes. So that's like about 6 presses. Rotating actually helps prevent uneven transfers and makes sure that the design develops consistently all the way around the tumbler. So that was the last press. After sublimation is complete, I carefully remove the tumbler and allow it to cool before peeling away the paper. This cooling process is important because the tumbler is extremely hot, and letting it rest also helps the design fully set into the coating. So I'm going to make sure that it cools down nicely. And once it's cooled down, I remove the paper to reveal the finished tumbler. First, I'm going to take up the parchment paper. And then next, we're going to reveal our tumbler. Oh, wow. I think that turned out really, really beautiful. Such a seamless finish. So vibrant. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section, everyone. And that's the full process for sublimating a 20-ounce tumbler from start to finish. I absolutely love how this turned out. The colors are vibrant and the seamless wrap makes the design look so clean and professional. So if you enjoyed this video or if you found it helpful, please like the video and leave a comment, and also subscribe to the channel. It really helps support the channel and let me know that you like to see more content like this. Also, I would love to hear from you. If there's something specific you would like me to do or to show you in the future, please let me know. Whether it's another sublimation project or just design tips or something you're struggling with. Leave your comments or your suggestions in the comment section below. If you're still watching up to this moment, thank you very much, and I hope to see you in our next video. At Sergi Studio, we create, craft, and inspire others. Bye for now.